Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Mixing with the Geek. Today I'm going to show you how to make the custom cocktail I co-created to go with Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon, originally released in 1973. This is a very fun gin, herbaceous, light, airy, summery kind of cocktail that we're going to do some fun things to the look of it that will really match the album cover. So I'm excited to show it to you. Let's not waste any more time and get right into it. So we're gonna start with a mixing tin, and then we're gonna take a piece of ginger, fresh ginger, and you could peel it, but I'm not too worried about the skin on here. It really doesn't add any flavor to it. We just want that nice, fresh ginger taste. So we're gonna grab our muddler and just crush this at the bottom. Now we're gonna add 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lemon juice, followed by 1/2 ounce of unsweetened pineapple juice, 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, 1/2 ounce of spiced pear liqueur, 1.5 ounces of London dry gin. Now we're gonna do 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, and then we're gonna take 1/8 teaspoon of activated charcoal, and then we're gonna take a little bit of edible glitter. Now we're gonna add some ice, now we shake. Now we're gonna grab our specially prepared glass with a sugar garnish. Now I'll show you how to make this. It's pretty simple. What I did is I dyed sugar using food coloring, and then I made, lines of sugar like you would other substances. And yeah, there you go. And then I carefully put some, using a food brush, I brushed on some honey, and then I carefully laid this in, well, I went this way, but you get the idea. I carefully laid my glass and rolled it to get the rainbow effect. A little bit of extra prep work, but I think you guys can handle it. All right, there's our glass. Now we're gonna strain the contents of our tin into our glass, because we don't want any of that ginger getting in our glass. That'd be kind of gross. There we go. You already see the blackness coming out. And then we're gonna get an ice cube. Now you can use a big ice cube, or you can do what I do here and use these specially prepared triangle ice cubes. Just plop that in there. Now we have a prism. There's our Dark Side of the Moon cocktail. See how it tastes. Oh yeah, that hits the spot. It is, for something that looks this black, you really got to go with a real fresh, maybe slightly tart. You don't want anything too heavy, so that's why we ended up picking the gin for this. And if you get it right in the light, you can just see that sparkle go on. But yeah, that is the Dark Side of the Moon cocktail. It's got a little bit of spices from the spice liqueur and the Angostura, but then that gin and lemon really come through. But what rounds it out really nicely is the lemon and pineapple. They really play well together. And if you didn't have those kind of fresh, summery flavors, I think this drink would be unappetizing because of how dark it looks. But it is sort of like, it's an enigma. It's sort of reflective of the album. You know what I mean? Like it's not necessarily what, it's a mystery. Like have it unfold on your taste buds. It's a really fun cocktail. I hope you enjoy making your own. Just be sure to do it responsibly. Yeah, let me know what you think with a comment down below. Until then, I want to thank you all for watching, but I especially want to thank my members over on Patreon who keep this channel as well as my main channel, Vinyl Rewind, going. And speaking of that, if you haven't already, be sure to check out my video on the making of this amazing album. It is now, well, as of 2023, it is 50 years old. So it's incredible. It still sounds amazing. It's fantastic. And the story behind it is really, really cool because it just sort of came to be. It was like everything that this band went through led them to make this album. And it's just, I don't know, it's incredible. All right, everybody, until then, thank you all again so much for watching. I'm your Vinyl Geek, and I'll catch you on the flip side.